Coach, coming off a 29-10 win against a strong Binghamton program that gives you a 4-1 record. You're now ranked 22nd in the national coaches poll, 20th by Intermat. I guess first off, can you look back to the Binghamton duel and what impressed you about the way your guys performed that day?
Yeah, I mean, Binghamton's a great program. I mean, you're talking about a program that has 4 or 5 returning NCAA qualifiers. I'm not sure the number, but they got several returning NCAA qualifiers on their team. It was a match that I had really kind of looked at like, hey, we've got to be ready to wrestle for this match. Like, these guys can wrestle. They're going to be competitive. They're well coached. And so I was proud of our guys. We had to squeeze out some hard-fought wins in those lower weight classes. And then obviously highlighted by, Will Miller and John's bonus point victories kind of helped propel us to a pretty dominant victory. So I don't want to take that for granted. I mean, that's a really good program, and, we had a solid win, and I thought our guys they got the job done maybe when they didn't, maybe weren't firing on all cylinders, maybe, and sometimes that's important. Getting the job done and stuff like that in the grind. So, I was happy with the win. I think we learned a lot. We're going to have to obviously be a lot better, a lot sharper. We can't come out flat against Virginia Tech if we're going to have a chance. So, hopefully that kind of helped get us ready for this match coming up on Friday night.
I'd mentioned the national rankings that the win over North Carolina helped propel you into the top 25. Just being 22nd and 20th in kind of the two probably most visible polls, and you're in top 25 and several others. What does that mean for this program at this point?
Oh, it's tremendous. I mean, I think you look at Appalachian State, our great university has to take pride on the fact that their wrestling program's a top 25 team in the country, and I think that's something that, fortunately, we've been able to do that on a fairly consistent basis. So I think sometimes there might be the mindset where it's like, okay, well, they've done that before. It's not a big deal. But you never take that for granted. I mean, it's hard to be, it's hard to get ranked in the top 25, especially in a mid-major. But I think it's big for our program is from a recruiting standpoint. From a national recognition standpoint, I think it shows that we're doing a good job of developing our student athletes here, that we have a program that's committed to excellence and that we want to compete at the highest level. And, hopefully it's going to propel us to continue climbing up the ladder. I mean, that's not our ultimate goal is to just be a top 25 team. I mean, we really want to be a top 10 team. And, do that, we're going to have to, recruiting is going to have to continue getting stronger, and we're going to have to continue developing at the rate we are now, and fundraising and grow our budget and grow our RTC. And so there's a lot of things that we're trying to do right now. But, I'm proud of our team, proud of our guys for that. And I don't want to not give them a pat on the back because it's something that, it's hard to do, and sometimes, you're focused on the next goal and the next match. And, that's something that's going to be memorable for all those guys on the team that, they're part of a top 25 program. But, that's not the end goal. We want to keep moving forward and getting better.
Had a question submitted from a reporter who couldn't be here today. Just wanted to kind of get a feel for the kind of example that John has set in this program.
Well, I mean, he's right now he's probably our biggest leader on our team, and we got a lot of good guys on our team, so I don't want to overshadow them. But obviously from a national standpoint, everybody right now that knows and follows the sport of Division I wrestling knows that Jonathan Milner is a 2-time All-American at Appalachian State and kind of the leader of this program right now from a wrestler standpoint. And I think most importantly, I think he's pretty much the blueprint for, what we pride ourselves in here at Appalachian State. He's a, North Carolina native, didn't have tremendous accolades coming out of high school. I think he was a 1-time North Carolina State champion. He wasn't in any of the national rankings, and he didn't even start here his first 2 years. But he stayed with the process. He was committed to the program. He's grown, he's developed, and now he's a 2-time All-American seeking to become a 3-time All-American, which would be the first in the history of our program. And so I think, he's a leader by example, but he also helps kind of motivate and keep our guys in check. I think when he talks, they listen, and so, if he has to get on them or hold them accountable, he has no problem doing that. But I think also from just the standpoint of, if you're a teammate and you're looking at John and what he's been able to accomplish with not a tremendous resume coming out of high school, I think it only speaks volumes to them that, hey, I can get it done here at Appalachian State. I can reach my goals. Obviously, John did it, and he's doing it. And so I think it inspires confidence in our other guys.
As we look ahead to the weekend, you've got a big one Friday. Number 9, Virginia Tech comes in. They've got ranked wrestlers in every 10 spots, and then quick turnaround for a trip to the Citadel on Sunday. Can you just offer a little bit of a preview of what's ahead for your team in the next couple of days?
Well, it's going to be a hard weekend. Obviously we wrestle Virginia Tech on Friday night. I think they're ranked 9th right now, but I think, realistically, had they had all their starters, for the last couple of matches, they probably would be higher than that. They'd probably be ranked in top 6 or 7 in the country. They're a really, really good program. It's going to be a really stern test for our guys, and I think that's what we wanted. These are the kind of matches that we want to have in Varsity Gym when we're bringing a high-profile opponent that's got a lot of great wrestlers, a great tradition, a great history, and, it gives our fans and our campus something to really look forward to. And a top 25 showdown, I don't think that's happened since 2016, 2017, something like that, where you had 2 teams wrestling in Varsity Gym that were ranked top 25 in the country. So that in itself is a big deal. But these are the kind of matches that our program prides itself on, and we're excited to have it coming to Varsity Gym on Friday night.
And expecting a big crowd. I know you've had big crowds for NC State, North Carolina, some conference matches. What's it like when 2 high-level teams are wrestling in Varsity Gym for the atmosphere that creates?
It's electric. I think if you've never been to a match in Varsity Gym and, you've followed our program maybe from a distance, I would encourage you to go and try to purchase your ticket for Friday night, because I do think there's a chance it's going to sell out. And come watch it. You're going to get to watch high-level wrestling. The atmosphere is electric, and I really believe if you come and watch, you're going to be an instant fan when you leave Varsity Gym on Friday night.